Welcome back, guys, to the Team League, brought to you by any. No, I just don't like it,
North
cats.
North Americans North American Star Team League. North Americans, yeah, North American Team Star League. I think it should be North American Team Star League instead of North American Star Team League.
That rolls off the tongue a little better, doesn't it?
North American Star Team League, North American Team Star League. Yeah.
Well, whatever it is, welcome back. Thanks so much for sticking with us through that amazing PVZ that we just saw. Hey, cats. Okay, great PVZ or greatest PVZ?
Top 3.
Definitely. So we're gonna go ahead with what is going to be the 4th game in this series. It was 2-0 at the beginning of that last game. eSuba managing to pull it back within 2-1. LighT going to send out Kawhi Rice next on the map TBW Ohana, which looks very beachy and festive.
This is one of my favorite maps ever. It's really nice, but it's incredibly good for Zerg. I'm surprised LighT would pick this map, to be honest, in a TVZ. It's really Zerg favorite map in my opinion.
Well, we'll see. Kawhi Rice seems to have a pretty interesting way of approaching maps in general. I was talking to him about this some at the NASL. We were talking about dual site, and I think dual site's a pretty good Zerg map. How do you feel about that?
Yes, the thing is, I can almost see like Kawhi Rice is a really good and smart player, and he plays really marine heavy, for instance. So if he's gonna use the mobility of a map like this and play it like a Zerg should, it's good. But if he plays the map normally and goes for a 2-base tank push or something like that, it's not good at all for Terran. The problem with most players is they are just copying builds instead of doing their own. So most of the time you just see silly stuff on maps like this that will just favor the Zerg.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I was going. Kawhi seems to put a lot of thought into the map, into what makes tactical sense in a game before he does it. So I even if a map might traditionally favor one race or the other, I would not put it past Kawhi to find some way to exploit it in his favor. So we'll see what's up.
Absolutely.
I gotta say, this is a very pretty map.
Yeah, it is really pretty. All the beachy maps are pretty. But yeah, I would think like units that are good on this map, obviously Zerglings, Mutalisks, and that's why that's why it would be considered a Zerg map for the most part. You know, like they're common Zerg units anyways. Even Infestors would be okay because usually you make them with a ton of lings. Units that were not as strong, perhaps Nerchio style with heavy roaches would not be as strong on this map.
Yeah, less mobile, things like that.
And also for Terran, drops would be effective, but not that effective on this map because it's relatively it's not a squared map. There's less room to go off on the sides. And then Hellions are really good on this map, but not that good because there's a lot of chokes. So I think heavy bio is the way to go. But we'll see.
All right. We will see what is up. Looks like the eSuba Zerg, who I'm almost sure is Devil, is trying to steal one of Kawhi's gases. We do have that factory coming up for Kawhi, so almost certainly going to be some Hellions, at least initially. And what he follows it up with, anyone's guess. I really anticipated him to just expand and play a pretty normal style, just because Kawhi is so solid, and he plays normal things very well.
Yeah, definitely. He used to have this style back in the beta before Marine King did it. I saw Kawhi Rice just going pure Marines, and it was so good. But yeah, we're gonna see a relatively fast command center, but pretty standard still. So probably just gonna make a few Hellions, and then it's pretty hard to tell what he's gonna do. But pretty standard.
Yep. On the Zerg side of things, it looks like it's been hatched first into Devil Queen, is he mining gas yet? Looks like a little bit. Roach Warren even going down. This looks a lot like how Sheth plays, or used to play ZVT, I should say.
Yeah, I hope those are defensive roaches. He mined already or almost 200 gas. Now he's only mining gas with one drone, but he's not getting link speed at all.
Double
So
Overlord. This is going to be a big roach push.
yeah, he's not saving larva either, unless he doesn't spend
Well,
any of this larva.
inject pops off. Inject pops off in the
And
main.
nothing being made. So yeah, he's gonna make a ton of roaches here. And
Yep.
just 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 as I was saying, this is probably not the right map to do it, but he's gonna do it anyways. So we'll see how that works.
Yep. Ling's positioned nicely, forcing these Hellions to really scramble. The Hellions of Kauai got there before these roaches were ever able to pop out. 8 roaches in total in production. That is a huge amount of roaches. And if we check out back in the main base of Kauai, we can see he does have a tech lab on that barracks. As soon as he sees roaches coming, I guarantee he'll make at least a Marauder.
Yeah, and 1 or 2 bunkers. There's the roaches. He sees the roaches. He starts a Marauder
Yep.
right away. I'm not sure he should be making the bunker down the ramp, but I mean, if he pulls off the bunker down the ramp, it's basically game over. But you know, if he was just safer and made it behind the supply depots, that would be the easier way to go at this. In either case, I'm not sure what Devil is doing here. I mean, it's a pretty late roach push.
Yeah, bunker's done. There's a Marauder in it. There's SCVs there as well. There's going to be no breaking that. Now, there does appear to be destructible rocks at the back of this NASL, and that's exactly where the Zerg player is going. He's going to start picking away at that. Going to let him, I guess, continue this push.
A roach. Oh, sacrifices a roach and tells him that he's breaking the back rocks.
Yeah.
So now Kauai is going to be ready for this.
Big blunder. And Kauai is also throwing up a second bunker, so he's going to be so capable of dealing with this. A lot of droning happening behind this, but if we check out the income tabs, we can see that it's actually the Terran player with the better economy right now. Ahead in SCVs and with double orbital, he's going to be able to mine so much more. What's the best follow-up to this for Kauai?
Well, Banshees would have been a good follow-up when there's roaches out. There's a starport, but it's a little bit late, but he's actually not making anything off of the factory. I think he's just going for bio, like we were talking about, like a little bit, like, you know, it's there's a reactor in the yeah, so that's gonna be bio.
The factory. Yeah.
I love the EV early on as well.
Third base gonna try to go down for Devil, presumably Devil.
Yep.
But yep, Hellions pick away at the drones there.
That was nice. And yeah, now Devil in a really bad spot, and nothing has happened yet. So yeah, it's just the wrong choice of strategy. I mean, the funny part is everything went his way as far as openers go. I mean, he was going Hellions, you know, he was expanding. If this strat is not going to be that, what is it supposed to be?
Yeah. I do think, CatZ, that just in general, this kind of roach push off of 2 bases just doesn't really work anymore. Terran builds have evolved enough to where they've always got that tech lab on a barracks. They've always got the ability to quickly build a bunker. You have to really catch somebody with their pants down for that kind of roach push to still work. And it seems like it never really happens at the highest level anymore. Even even my ladder.
You know, I had this build. I had a build that was really effective like this, right? But the difference is, it was the same amount of roaches that we just saw from Devil, but way faster because I skipped queens, right?
Yep.
And then there's no way they have like something like that out. Like at least they wouldn't be able to expand, right? But even that build is not strong anymore. Like you were just mentioning, like every good Terran, I basically stopped doing that when I played Puma, and everything went right, kind of like for Devil this game. You know, like I was like, okay. That's my cue for an auto win or a get ahead, and I still didn't win or get ahead. And I was like, okay, this build doesn't work anymore. You know, but I still do it, but in very rare occasions, like when they go command center first, or I scout something silly. I actually beat Maka Prime with it like less than 2 days ago. But then again, that's a lot of a riskier build where I skip queens. You know, it's a lot more extreme. I'm not sure what this beats.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time when like Terrans, they would make 4 Hellions and they would switch the factory to the tech lab and start producing tanks, and they would try to defend the roaches with the tanks, and that that would die. That would die.
Yeah.
But that's just not how they do it now. Somebody one day said, "Hey, I can build that tech lab with my barracks," And if this kind of roach stuff comes, I can just build one Marauder and I'm safe. So
Yeah. And then there's before Terrans usually made a lot more Hellions. Then right now usually they stop at 4 or 6. You know, there's no need for more. But before it was like I have a factory with a reactor, I should make a lot of Hellions. You know.
Yeah.
Now either make a few, a lot, like a lot.
Yeah, double reactored factory.
Yeah, nasty.
Cute stuff like that. 59 SCVs to 45 drones. Tough spot to be in if you are the Zerg player. Mutas are out though, so that's going to give some map control, and finally, third base will be allowed to go up. Oh, Lings and Muta's going to try to force a fight. I'm not completely sure I like this choice.
Yeah, the Marauders should have been in front, but still gonna go well for Kawaii. I love the opener, just going bio. And now that he's secured map control, he's bringing those tanks.
Oh no, Mutas get picked apart. So many Mutas dying. I think that was 5 Mutalisks for free there.
Yeah,
and Kawaii just continuing to push forward. Macro slipping very, very slightly there during that little fight, but he's got it under control now. And there's a Terran player on my creep. What am I gonna do about it?
Oh, he is no Banelings.
Die.
No Baneling nest.
Yeah, so it's like Roach, Ling, Mutalisk. And is the Zerg player just going to counter? That is never going to work.
It shouldn't. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess it's one of his only remaining options. Hope that Kawaii Rice is now walled off.
Oh, the door is down. The tanks are unsieged.
Oh, not going to be enough either way.
No, still not enough. Muta's not able to get it done. Kawaii did pick off the third while all of this was happening. And and now it's just a 2-base Zerg against a 2-base Terran. That's going to go the Terran's way almost every time. Yeah,
the Zerg also went before his Roaches got there, which might have been on purpose. Like, you know, if I can pick off the first 2 units there, then the Roaches will come and help out. But,
just wasn't enough. Kawaii looking good. Drops the main. Probably going to push the natural around the same time. And it's going to be all she wrote for the eSuba.
Yeah. Well, there's one more player. I'm hoping it's Freddy. Freddy versus Kawaii should be a really good match.
I agree.
And,
though I would be a little bit sad to see our Zerg games end.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a little bit sad.
I hope we get to cast a good ZVZ. I like casting ZVZ. I think it's a lot of fun.
ZVZs are fun, man. Yeah, they can be a lot of fun.
It's a really great matchup.
Indeed. And now, he's going for another counter-attack.
Kawaii set up a third base. Oh, Banelings.
Yeah, they didn't kill any Banelings.
So, with the supplies like this counter might go a little bit better than the last one did. And actually, it's going to kill a lot of SCVs in the third base. But now the Zerg army's kind of committed to third. Yeah. But this army can't really get out. The Roaches and the Lings will all die. The Mutas might get away. Or maybe they'll just fight. Oh, no. Not a winnable fight for the Zerg army.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he could have just gone in with the Lings, picked off the SCVs, and that would have been a small win. And done that like 10 times, and he would be back in the game. But right now, it's really tough for him. And he needs to retake a third soon. He has a ton of Roaches. But, I don't know. He needs Banelings. He needs burrowed Banelings or something extreme.
Yeah. Man, Kawhi's looking so solid here. I'm honestly a little bit surprised at the Zerg's ability to stick around. But, I mean, every time he does something well, it just reinforces how far ahead Kawaii is. Like, he's going to clean up this little Terran squad. But he's still 100, or not 100, but he's still, 30, 40 supply down.
Yeah,
third
definitely.
will continue to be the 9.
And Kawaii is playing extremely cautious. Like, he's not, he could have killed him by now.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe even overly cautious, but I mean, he's still making these aggressive pokes here and there, trying to...
Yeah, I think he's just making sure that he wins, and he's doing that.
One more time, Zerg player pours down the ramp. Banelings and Roaches. Actually, this is going to be a pretty good trade. Even attacking from behind with more Roaches. Kawaii stimming and running forward after dealing with the Banelings. and still Kawhi Rice beats back this force.
Just ever so barely. He could have picked up that tank, but that was a really nice flank, and that was kind of like his last hope.
Yeah. And it did not work out, and Kawhi Rice does win, means that Team LighT is up 3-1. Next up, probably Preddy, if he's online and available. And what do you think, CatZ? Is Preddy got what it takes to take down Kawhi? Kawhi's got some pretty good TVT.
I really don't know anything about TVT, and I haven't seen Kawhi play a lot lately, other than TVT. Right. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Well, you gotta put me on the spot like that. I don't think so. No, Kawhi is too good.
We will see. We will see. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll see who comes out for eSuba, and whether or not they have enough stuff to take out Kawhi Rice. Don't go anywhere. More StarCraft 2.